Bonjour, bonsoir à tous. Hi everyone, and welcome on your very first of your French course. So before we start, I just wanted to introduce you to this little guy right here, which will be representing progression throughout the course. The idea is that each planet represents a section of the course, and whenever we want to move from a section to another one, the little astronaut will do the same from a planet to another one. Also, when you see the moon, that means it's a pronunciation section. Alright, so let's get started with the first section, diving into French, planet Earth, to get familiar with the language. And the first video will be avant de commencer, before we start. So, something that I hear very often is le français est trop compliqué. French is too difficult. So, French is challenging, yes, for sure. But as for everything, with practice, you'll see it will get easier. I guarantee it, okay? No worries, don't be too frightened of the French. I really want you to understand that there are a lot of similarities between the two languages, and when you read something in French, you will recognize a lot of the words. So I made a selection of some of the words that are very similar in French and in English. So if you want to have a look at this table, please press pause, and whenever you're ready, you can come back. All right, so I bet you understood all of the words, right? Great. So if we take a sample, those 4 words, you see that they are very similar and the pronunciation is the same. So let me pronounce them for you. Salade, photo, soup, weekend. See? Same pronunciation. So far, so good. Okay. If we take 4 other words of this table, it's a little bit different. You understand probably the words when you see them, but the pronunciation is just a bit different. Let me say them for you. The first one is accent. Accent. Le deuxième, hôtel. Hôtel. Troisième, chocolat. Chocolat. Et le quatrième, imagination. Imagination. So maybe you want to have a try. Let's go. Accent. Accent. Hôtel. Hôtel. Chocolat. Chocolat. Imagination. Imagination. All right, good job. So you see, same spelling, different pronunciation. Do not worry about the pronunciation for now, because we have special sections and videos just about that matter, right? Okay, now I want you guys to understand also something very important. To make the most of your learning experience, you have to surround yourself with the French language. To do so, I can recommend you some tips, very useful tips. First, you try to find a podcast. Even better if it's with a transcription, because you can read while you listen to it. Books, Netflix, music are also materials that are crucial for your learning experiences, okay? So do not hesitate to watch Netflix TV shows in French, for example, or to music to French artists. Even singing songs is very, very efficient. Trust me, I've done it a lot of times with my own learning experiences. Here are some of materials that you can listen to, read, or watch. If you don't want to press pause right now, do not worry, you will find this list in the annex of the video. Okay, and once you know that, I also wanted to give you the kit de survie, the survival kit, so you can work on your own on the side of this course, because it is very important that you try to improve your French on your own and on the side. The Fun French solo work method is based on 3 steps. The first one is analyser. You want to analyze what you have before your eyes. If it's an article, you read the article or you try to analyze to understand what you have before your eyes. Once you've done that, you try to select some elements you want to focus on, vocabulary or tenses, for example. And once you've done that, you practice them, okay? These last 2 steps can be interchanged, meaning that you can analyze what you have before your eyes, practice whatever you want to practice, the whole thing maybe, and then you try to select some of the things you've practiced to focus on. It's very important to not overwhelm your brain, so this is why you need to select some elements you want to focus on. If we take back the table from the beginning of this video, let's say it's the first time you see it, you want to first analyze the table, okay, a bunch of words for vocabulary or pronunciation. You select some of them, because you do not want to overload your memory with unnecessary stuff, and then you practice them. Once you feel that you've mastered the words and you know them, okay, you move forward and you select new elements. Okay guys, great! So in this video, we just saw a little introduction to the French language, but I still have exercises for you. And we're going to do a comprehension audio, compréhension audio exercice. Very easy, very simple. I will say a bunch of words in French, and I want you guys to find and guess the English version, which is very, very similar to the French words I'm gonna say. Okay, let's start. The first word I want you to guess in English, the meaning in English is le futur. Le futur. Le futur. Future. See, very similar. Good. The second one is le président. Le président. President. Un journaliste. Un journaliste. A journalist. Un journaliste. Une tomate. Une tomate. A tomato. Good. Un fruit. Un fruit. This is the trickiest one. Un fruit, a fruit. Un taxi. Un taxi. Un taxi. Une carotte. Une carotte. A carrot. And finally, un adulte. Un adulte. An adult. Okay, good job guys. Very good. So I hope you've enjoyed this first video. I did. And I'll see you in the next video, which is how to introduce yourself in French. Au revoir, à bientôt. Bonjour, bonsoir à tous. Hi everyone and welcome back on Fun French. So in our diving into French section, today we will focus on se présenter, how to introduce yourself. Basically, I will teach you some useful words and sentences to introduce yourself to a French person. Before we start, I want to insist on the fact that taking notes is really important. Why? Because many studies have shown that taking notes really helps your brain to memorize better what you're learning. But also because at the end of each videos, you will have a bunch of exercises. So let's start with the first word. First, I want you to focus on the audio, okay? The first one we're gonna see is how to say hello or good morning, good afternoon. Bonjour. 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 Okay, you try. Bonjour. So as you can see, I decided to divide the word into blocks of sound. For me, it's really interesting to break down the words to understand exactly how to pronounce them. Each blocks of sounds is the equivalent of a syllable, une syllabe. The first one is pronounced bon, and the second one, jour. Bon, jour. Bonjour. You try. Bonjour. Ok. Le deuxième, the second one. Enchanté. 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 You try. Enchanté. Enchanté. Very good. Enchanté. All right, so as you can see, the two words sound the same, but they are spelled a little bit differently. Because the first one is the masculine version, and the second one is the feminine version with an extra E at the end. So every time in the course you see this symbol with a M in a blue square, that means it's the masculine version. And the F inside a yellow square, it's a feminine word, feminine version. Okay. Enchanté. Very good. Next one. Ça va? Ça va? Ça va? You try. Ça va? Ça va? All right, so here you can hear that because it's a question, the intonation at the end, the tone of your voice goes up. Ça va? Ça va? It's very important because this is how we say a question in French, with the intonation up. Ça va? And it means, how are you? Very good. The next one is, ça va, merci. Ça va, merci. Ça va, merci. You try. Ça va, merci. Ça va means I'm good. And merci, merci, thank you or thanks. So as you can see, the answer of how are you is the same as the question in French. So how are you is ça va with the intonation up, and the answer is ça va, intonation down. I'm good, ça va. All right, next one. Et toi? Et toi? Et toi? You try. Et toi? Same for the intonation. Up. Et toi? And you? Very good. Je m'appelle Lola. Je m'appelle Lola. Je m'appelle Lola. You go. Je m'appelle Lola. So this one can be a little bit tricky, but don't worry. When you see an apostrophe like this, you don't break the words. It's like if it was one word. So the first block of sound is ma, and the second one is pelle. Ma, pelle. And that means I'm Lola or my name is Lola. Je m'appelle Lola. Very good. Next one. Je suis français. Je suis français. Je suis français. Or française. Française. First one is masculine, second one is feminine. You go. Je suis français. Je suis française. 3 syllables, 3 blocks of sound. In the second one, française, française. And the first one, only 2, français. I'm French. Do not worry about the spelling and how to pronounce this, which letter am I supposed to pronounce or not. Do not worry, we'll have special videos just about that. For now, it's only the pronunciation and the audio. All right, now, je suis américain. Je suis américain. Américain. Anglais, canadien. Américain, anglais, canadien. So this is the masculine version and the feminine version is américaine, anglaise, canadienne. So let's focus on the masculine one for now. Américain, anglais, canadien. You go. Je suis américain, anglais, canadien. Very good. Let's keep going with j'ai 30 ans. J'ai 30 ans. J'ai 30 ans. J'ai 30 ans. Do not worry about the number for now, okay? Just focus on the first and the last element. J'ai 30 ans. All right, very good. Just something important for you guys to know for now. In French, I'm 30. We do not use the verb to be. We don't say I am. We say I have. So that's why you probably do not recognize the verb to be in this sentence that we already saw in the last slides. Because for us, I am 30 is I have 30. J'ai 30 ans. Very good. Okay, so it's time for the exercises. And the first one will be a quiz. So what do you think you hear when I say enchanté? Enchanté. Nice to meet you. Very good. What do you hear when I say et toi? Et toi? Et toi? And you. Very good. Je suis français. Or, je suis française. Je suis français. I'm French. All right, very good. And now time for our second exercise, the compréhension audio. Okay. What do you understand when I say ça va et toi? Ça va et toi? Ça va et toi? Ça va et toi? And that means I'm good and you? Very good. Je suis canadienne. Je suis canadienne. Je suis canadienne. Je suis canadienne. And that means I'm Canadian for a woman. Je m'appelle Sophie. Je m'appelle Sophie. Je m'appelle Sophie. Je m'appelle Sophie. My name is Sophie. And finally, bonjour. Bonjour. Yes, it's bonjour, which means hello or good morning, good afternoon. All right, guys, good job. I hope you've enjoyed this video and I'll see you in the next one where I am going to teach you some useful sentences for daily life situation. Very easy, just to complete the how to introduce yourself. Ok? Good. Au revoir, à bientôt. Bonjour, bonsoir à tous. Hi everyone and welcome back on Fun French. All right, so we are still in our diving into French section and today we're going to work on the third video, which is les phrases utiles, useful sentences. So that's basically to complete the previous video. So same idea, I'm going to teach you a few words and sentences you can use in everyday's situation in France or with a French person. Do not forget to take notes and let's go. Le premier mot, first word is au revoir, au revoir, au revoir, au revoir. Bye, that means bye. Au revoir, you kind of remove the E here. Au revoir. You go. Au revoir. Au revoir. Au revoir. Good. Ça veut dire quoi? Ça veut dire quoi? Ça veut dire quoi? So let's say you want to ask, what does it mean, bonjour? Ça veut dire quoi? Bonjour? What does it mean? Bonjour? Ça veut dire quoi? Bonjour? Okay, you go. Ça veut dire quoi? Note that you can say this sentence just like this. Like, what does it mean? Someone told you something and you didn't understand and you just want to say, ah, what does it mean? What does it mean, the thing you just said? Ça veut dire quoi? So you can use it in both situations. If you want to ask for a word specifically or just the general meaning. Okay. Comment on dit? Comment on dit? Comment on dit? Comment on dit? You try. Comment on dit? So, for example, you want to ask, how do you say bye? Comment on dit bye? Comment on dit bye? How do you say bye? Pardon. Pardon. Easy, this one. Pardon. Very similar to the English version. You go. Pardon. 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 Very good. Je ne comprends pas. Je ne comprends pas. Je ne comprends pas. Comprends. Je ne comprends pas. I don't understand. You try. Je ne comprends pas. Very good. Next one. D'accord. D'accord. And this is okay. D'accord. We can also use okay in French. It's very, very, very common, so do not worry. If you don't remember how to say okay in the French version, you can definitely say okay. Everyone will understand you. But it's always good to know the French version. D'accord. You try. D'accord. Okay. Remember when you have an apostrophe like this little thing in the air, you do not separate the first letter from the word. It's like if it was one word. Basically, like if the apostrophe wasn't there. D'accord. D'accord. I do not want to hear de a, something like this. D'accord. Very good. Oui, non. Oui, non. Oui, non. You go. Oui, non. Easy. Yes, no. Good. That was it. Very good. So I have a special something for you. I made a little dialogue with all the words and expressions you've learned in this video and in the previous one, how to introduce yourself. So if you can press pause on this video, please do. You take your time, you try to read the dialogue, even out loud, it's better, and you try to understand it and to work on your pronunciation. Okay, let's go. All right, very good. So did you understand everything? I hope so. If you want, I can read the dialogue for you one more time so you can practice your French with me. And then you can have a look at the translation right on the right. Okay, I read the dialogue now. Bonjour, je m'appelle Margot. Et toi? Bonjour Margot, je m'appelle Jack. J'ai 27 ans. Enchantée. Pardon, je ne comprends pas. Ça veut dire quoi, enchanté? Ça veut dire nice to meet you. Ah, d'accord. Merci. Enchantée, Margot. Okay. If you want, you can press pause and have a look at the translation. All right, and it's exercises time. So let's do our quiz time exercise first. What do you understand when I say d'accord? D'accord. D'accord means okay. Very good. What do you understand when I say comment on dit? Comment on dit? Comment on dit? How do you say? Very good. Je ne comprends pas. Je ne comprends pas. Je ne comprends pas. I don't understand. All right. And now for our comprehension audio exercise. What do you understand when I say comment on dit? Comment on dit? Yes, it's this one again. Very good. That means how do you say? Au revoir, merci. Au revoir, merci. Au revoir, merci. And that means bye, thank you. Je ne comprends pas. Je ne comprends pas. Je ne comprends pas, meaning I don't understand. And the last one is d'accord. Au revoir, merci. D'accord. Au revoir, merci. D'accord. Merci, au revoir. Sorry. other way around, but same idea. So that means, okay, thanks, bye. Very good, guys. Very, very good. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one, which is a video where we're going to try to understand how sentences in French are constructed. L'anatomie du français. All right, au revoir, à bientôt. Bonjour, bonsoir à tous. Hi everyone, and welcome back on Fun French. Alright, so in our diving into French section, we've already worked on 3 of the videos, and today we're going to work on the last one, which is l'anatomie du français, to understand how to build a French sentence and to understand the logic of the language. So I like to compare the French language to the anatomy of a body because it's kind of the same. You'll see. Let's say that this body is our French language, okay, with its little French hat right here. So just as in a human body, the grammar is the skeleton. It carries the whole body, and without grammar, there is no logic. In a body, if there is no skeleton, there is no body. It cannot move, it cannot do anything. It is the same with grammar. It is crucial to understand the grammar. If the grammar is the skeleton, vocabulary is the muscles. It completes the skeleton, and without vocabulary, there is no movements. And the last one would be pronunciation is the skin. It is the final packaging your body can move well, okay? It makes the communication much more easier. So, grammar is the skeleton, the core of the language. Vocabulary helps the core moving around, and the pronunciation is the skin, the final packaging makes the communication easier. Okay. So now that you have this idea in mind, I also want to make sure that you understand the following 4 elements, very important to understand the logic of a language, and in our case, the French language. These elements are le sujet, subject, le verbe, verb, le nom, noun, l'adjectif, the adjective. You probably already know these elements or heard of them, but I really want to make sure that you are able to identify them so you can make the most of your learning experiences. Okay? Great. So let's start with a sentence in English, because if you're able to identify these elements in your own language, it will be way more easier to identify the same elements in the French language. Here we have a sentence, very simple, I like music. We have 3 elements, and each of them has a different color. Okay. The first element, I, represents the one doing the action. The second one, like, is the action. And the third one, music, is the element or the object you are referring to. And each of these concepts has a name. We already saw them just before. The first one, the one doing the action, is the subject. The action itself is the verb. And the element you're referring to is the name, le nom. It's the same in French, okay? The same sentence here in French, j'aime la musique, I like music. We find exactly the same ideas. Je stands for I, so it's the subject. M stands for like, it's the verb, the action. And la musique stands for music, obviously, which is the element or the object you're referring to. So you see, it's kind of the same logic. Right, perfect. This is good for us. Now, let's take another sentence. I am French. 3 elements. We already know the one doing the action, and here we have in green a word that gives details about the one doing the action, about the subject. This is called an adjective. An adjective is a word giving detail about the subject. Okay? French gives details about the person who's talking, kinda. All right, same in French, same sentence in French. Je suis française. You already know this sentence thanks to our previous video. And it's the same concept. Je, le sujet, suis, le verbe, française, l'adjectif. Okay, awesome. Another one. A beautiful house. In this one, we're going to learn a new element. So you already know the green one because it gives details about the noun, and in blue you have the element or the object you are referring to. So what is the new thing we are learning here? Well, an adjective can be referring to either the subject of a sentence, I am French, or to a noun, like in this case, a beautiful house. Awesome. Same in French, une belle maison, a beautiful house. The adjective is right here, belle, beautiful, and it refers to the noun, the element, maison. Okay, great. So here we saw the 4 elements very important to understand the logic of the French language. Recap, sujet, the one doing the action, le verbe, the action, le nom, the element you're referring to, and the adjective, which gives details about subject or the noun. Okay, guys, amazing. Let's do our exercises of the day. And we're going to have just one exercise in this video, which is grammar recap. So, who am I? Yes. Each card right here has a enigma, let's say. So I'm going to give you a few moments. You can press pause whenever you're ready. You try to read the little enigma right here and you try to guess who is talking. It's obviously referring to what we just saw before. All right. Okay, so here are the answers. So to the enigma, I give details about the subject or a noun. The answer is l'adjectif. I am the action of the sentence, le verbe. I am the one doing the action, le sujet. And I'm the object of the sentence, le nom. Very good. And just to make sure that you definitely understood everything that we just talked about, this is a new sentence in English. They love beautiful cities. And I want you to try to find these 4 elements right here. Alors, they is the subject. Love is the verb, the action. Beautiful, missing an I, by the way. Beautiful is the adjective because it gives details about cities, which is the noun, the object of the sentence. Okay, very good, guys. All right, guys, amazing. So very good job. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next section because we just finished diving into French 1. We finished Planet Earth. And in the next one, we're going to dive deeper into French. We're going to start to listen, to understand, to learn words, and how to have a proper conversation in French. All right, I wish you all the best, and I'll see you in the next section. Bonjour, bonsoir à tous. Hi everyone, and welcome to this very special video. Whenever you learn a new language, you always wonder, how can I learn all of the new vocabulary that I'm absorbing in an effective way? Because in this course, you will indeed learn many new vocabulary. This is why it is very important to develop good habits from the very beginning. I have developed, as a self-learner but also a teacher, a very simple yet effective method that I called the Sinking In Challenge. For this challenge, you only need 10 minutes a day, or every 2 days or 3 days if you're very busy. And you do it when you have up to 15 or 20 words, new words. So let's say we are working with the vocabulary from diving into French, from the videos from before. Just a quick reminder here, this you will find in all of the resources tab of the vocabulary videos for the whole course, okay? But it's always better if you take notes on paper. Your brain, the fact that you're writing, your brain will remember 100% more all of the words you're learning, okay? But for now, let's say we work with this table. How does it work? You first want to draw 3 sections on a single piece of paper. A big one, a medium one, and a small one. The big one will be le check-up, second one, à revoir, which means to review, and the third one, the little one, à mémoriser, to memorize. You put all of the new words you learned in the first big section, le check-up. In English, that's very important. And now, you check all of the words that comes naturally in French in your mind, okay? So all of the words translating naturally in your brain, you check them. All of the unchecked words go in the second section, à revoir. Now, if you want, you can have a quick glance at any French translation, okay? So for example, you can look at the table from the beginning. You hide it again, and you apply the process one more time. You try to translate the words into French. The words coming naturally, you check them. And the ones that don't, you transfer them to the third box, à mémoriser. Congratulations, you've divided your new words into 3 sections. The first one are the words that comes naturally or almost naturally to your mind. The second one are all the words that needs a little bit of practice, but that are almost here, okay? And the third one is the box that you really need to focus on. Here are all of the words you really want to memorize. Okay? Good. If you wish, you can find all of these instructions again in the resource tab of this video, the annex tab. And I wish you all the best to learn your vocabulary. Trust me, this method works. This is the one I've been applying for years when I learn a new language. And I'll see you in the next video. Au revoir.